Last video, we found out fire wasn't the predator-proof shield everyone assumes it was. Lions habituate to it. Bears wander right past it. So what actually worked? Here's the answer almost nobody expects. The scariest sound on the African savanna isn't a lion's roar. It's not a gunshot. It's not even a growling dog. It's two people talking. Researchers proved it with hidden speakers and camera traps, and once you understand why the sound of a calm human conversation outperforms an actual predator at triggering panic, you start to see how our ancestors might have turned their own voices into one of the most effective defenses they ever had. Number 1, the study that breaks the assumption. In a landmark study, researchers set up hidden speaker systems at watering holes in South Africa's Greater Kruger region, sites where predators like lions actively hunt. They played back different sounds to see what actually made large mammals run. The lineup included recordings of lions growling, gunshots, dogs barking, and just two people talking calmly. No shouting, no threat in their tone. The results surprised even the researchers. The vast majority of large African mammals, including giraffes, hyenas, and zebras, were more likely to flee from the sound of two humans talking than from lions, gunfire, or dogs. Animals that did run also fled about 40% faster from human voices than from the sound of big cats, with elephants and rhinos among the quickest to bolt. Let that sink in. Prey animals across an entire ecosystem have learned that an ordinary human voice is a bigger red flag than an actual apex predator. Not a scream, not a threat display, just talking. Number 2, why a calm voice beats a roar. This isn't really about volume or aggression, it's about what the sound represents. Predators are recognized threats that prey have evolved specific, situational responses to. But humans are something else entirely. We don't hunt like other predators. Most predators target the weak, the young, the slow. Humans, historically, have gone after the exact opposite: large, healthy, adult prey in their prime. That's an unusual and deeply disruptive hunting signature, and animals appear to have learned to treat it as maximally dangerous. This tracks with what researchers call novel predator risk. Prey species are often most reactive to threats that don't fit a predictable pattern, because unpredictable predators are harder to defend against. A lion's roar tells an animal exactly what's coming and how to react. A human voice doesn't come with that same evolutionary playbook, and that ambiguity itself seems to be part of what makes it so alarming. Number 3, when prey fights back, the mobbing playbook. Fear of the human voice is one half of the story. The other half is what happens when a group actively uses noise and coordinated movement as a weapon, a strategy biologists call mobbing. Mobbing shows up across the animal kingdom wherever group-living prey face a predator too big to fight one-on-one. Crows gang up on hawks and owls, diving and shrieking until the raptor simply leaves the area. Meerkats take it further, using dedicated recruitment calls to summon the whole group toward a threat instead of scattering. Even spotted hyenas, themselves a fearsome predator, use coordinated mobbing to physically drive lions off a kill, despite lions being nearly 2.5 times their size. It works because mobbing exploits a predator's single biggest advantage: surprise. A predator's entire hunting strategy depends on approaching undetected and striking before prey can organize. The moment a group turns to face it, yelling, banging weapons or tools together, moving as one, isn't just making noise for noise's sake, it's actively destroying the two things a predator's hunting strategy depends on: surprise and predictability. Number 4, sound as an early warning system. There's a second, quieter layer to this. Hunter-gatherers don't just make noise to scare predators away. They listen constantly to avoid needing to in the first place. Ethnographic accounts of groups like the Ache in Paraguay describe how alarm calls from birds and other animals function as an early warning network. In one recorded account, a hunter tracking fresh jaguar prints heard a bird suddenly cry out in alarm nearby. He immediately recognized it as a signal the jaguar was close and turned back to camp before ever seeing the animal itself. That's the piece fire-focused explanations always leave out. Long before any physical confrontation, sound was already doing the defensive work, reading the alarm calls of the ecosystem around you and knowing your own voice could function in the same way in reverse. Put all of this together and a very different picture of predator defense emerges, one that has almost nothing to do with fire and everything to do with sound. Prey animals across an entire ecosystem learned to fear the human voice more than an actual predator. Groups turned that fear into an active weapon through coordinated shouting and mobbing. And constant listening to the alarm calls of the world around them gave early humans a warning system that worked before any confrontation even started. Fire got the credit because it's visual, dramatic, and easy to reenact on screen. Sound doesn't photograph as well, but the evidence suggests it may have been doing just as much of the work, if not more. So between barriers, group sleeping positions, and now sound, we're building a much more complete picture of how early humans actually survived the night. Next time, why the middle of the sleeping group was safe and the edge was a death sentence.